We are at Rouge restaurant in Beijing's Solana shopping district. And this is a pretty beautiful place. Rouge is a fusion restaurant, which means it doesn't necessarily adhere to a particular style of cooking. And Rouge has both indoor and outdoor dining. And since it's getting pretty cold in Beijing nowadays, let's head on in. With all the plants and the flowers, this place really sets a very romantic atmosphere. Our beverage today is a sparkling cherry blossom drink. Smells like Japan. This drink is a little bit pink and it's got cherry blossoms inside. And I even like the glass, which you can see has little bits of cherry blossom decorations on it. Oh wow, this dish looks and smells so yummy. This is a yellow croaker cooked in a clay pot, and in Chinese it's called Huang. And it's actually named after a really cool place in the Fujian province called Ningde. And the reason is that yellow croaker is actually a very popular dish over there. If you guys ever head over to Fujian, I really recommend that you try this dish there locally. This yellow croaker is cooked in this clay pot along with diced peppers and garlic and onions. And actually when they brought it up, the pot had this sizzling oil inside and the fish was still cooking. Look at that, it's a big piece of fish. Oh, normally when I eat a dish like this, I'm always worried whether it's too salty or too spicy, but the balance of flavor is just so good. And also, along with the garlic flavor and the onions, it really brings out this wonderful aroma that combines to create this really great flavor and smell combination. Oh, I could eat this whole pot by myself. Absolutely amazing. And you would expect that a fish like this has a lot of bones, but so far I haven't tasted any. And I've been really careful. Yeah, completely bone-free. Excellent. Our soup of the day is, oh wow. Guys, can you guess what this is? The theme of this is actually a chrysanthemum flower in full bloom. And the way that they made it is they took soft tofu and sliced it up into really, really thin strips. And wow, it just looks quite amazing. The soup base is actually made from matsutake mushrooms. And I'm gonna have a quick taste of this. It's kind of hard to describe the flavor. There is a little bit of savoriness to it, but most of what you taste ends up being that matsutake flavor. It has a subtleness to it, actually. Big fan. You know, for those of you guys who know me, you know that curry chicken is one of my all-time favorites. Now, this is not necessarily a Chinese dish, but this is a fusion restaurant, so here we go. This is a coconut-based curry chicken with lots of delicious-looking potatoes and bamboo shoots. I think some eggplant as well as tomatoes inside. And I just can't wait to dig in because it smells so yummy. Oh, this is really, really great. You know, I thought that because the curry was not as thick as I expected, that the flavor wouldn't come through, but obviously this chicken has been stewing inside this curry for a long, long time, and everything, just combines so great together. And while I wish I had a bowl of rice to go with it, actually, because of the overall texture, I think it tastes great on its own. So kudos. Oh yeah, your mouth is in absolute heaven. I mean, there's this like really great, subtly sweet taste to it. And the soup base is just thick enough to kind of cover your entire mouth and have the flavor stay there. And oh my goodness, there's also this incredible aftertaste that, you know, even after a few seconds of swallowing the soup, the flavor is still there and I can still feel the tingle. That's amazing. So this next dish is Chinese cabbage, but in China, it's actually known by another popular name. It's called jimao, or chicken feathers, which is kind of a strange name for a vegetable. It's actually quite popular in the areas around Shanghai. That's quite tasty. So they're actually called rouge fruits, but it's just because that the restaurant is called Rouge. But they're really just peeled tomatoes. But they're arranged in this really amazing looking dish with these little jelly balls on the side that usually comes in milk tea. And on top, inside this bowl, you've got the osmanthus flowers, honey, and some lemon juice. And the result is that the tomato flesh soaks up all of the flavor, and there's this really great, refreshing flavor that, especially after eating the fish and the curry, you know, these really heavy flavored dishes, this is incredibly, incredibly refreshing. Okay, so this is our staple food of the day. It's actually a shredded chicken cold noodle. It actually is more like a salad type dish. The presentation is in the shape of a flower. And on top, we're going to pour over this really great looking sesame sauce and really mix the ingredients with the noodles in really good. If you go to the Yunnan province, which is in the south of China, you're gonna find a lot of this. And I'm gonna give this a quick try. I really like it. There's a subtle tanginess to the sauce, and when combined with the spices, it creates actually this very surprisingly cooling effect in your mouth. So much like the Rouge fruits that we just had, I think it really helps cool your mouth down after having a lot of the hotter and heavier ingredients in the meal that we've already had. So this is really the right time to have this dish. So what we have here are these two flavors of jellies. The green, you probably guessed, is matcha. And then the white is actually jasmine tea. I've never had jasmine tea jelly before. That's really good. You really can taste the jasmine tea, and it's not too sweet, it's not overpowering. And like all the rest of the dishes, at this stage, the refreshing, cool flavor is very, very welcome. All right, I gotta be honest. I really prefer the matcha one much more. The flavor is very strong, and it combines really well with the milky flavor of the jelly by itself. And it has this really great lingering aftertaste. And I think for Rouge, that's really one of the main themes, that after you experience it for the first time, it's just really hard to forget. I hope you guys really enjoyed the 7 dishes set meal today at our adventure at Rouge. And this is a part of our ongoing series of covering these really cool restaurants here in Beijing. If you like this video and want to see more, please help us out by hitting like and subscribe, and we'll check you out in the next video.